Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Lauren, and on this channel we talk about books. I cannot believe it is already TBR time again. Not only that, but it is December TBR. What the heck? I can't believe it is December. We made it. I hope everyone is having a great holiday season. I hope you're spending awesome quality time with your family, and I hope that you are completing your reading goals. I know that I am trying my best to reach that special number in Goodreads, and quite frankly, I'm struggling, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm still reading, and that's all that matters. But I did see on YouTube a video. I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's a challenge or if it's just something that this creator coined herself. It's a sisters, so I guess themselves. But basically the video was like 10 before the end. I will have their channel here, and I will have their video linked down below, but basically they are reading 10 books before the end of the year. It's essentially a TBR. So I thought, hey, that's really cute. I want to do that too. So I feel like 10 books in 1 month is not too bad, especially for December. I have a lot of time off work. My kids will be over at their dad's, so I'll have like more free time. So I'm feeling really optimistic about my December reading. So I am going to actually do 10 physical reads. That's not going to include any audiobooks I may listen to. I'm gonna set myself a 10 physical book TBR this month. It may be ambitious, but I think that we can do it. And of course, I have my handy TBR basket. October and November, I did not utilize the TBR basket. I just chose books off the vibes. So I'm excited to be reunited with the basket, but I will say one book that I know I'm going to read this month, regardless of the TBR prompt basket, is Holly by Adalyn Grace. This is a novella in the Belladonna trilogy, and it is obviously Christmassy themed. The inside of the book is so gorgeous. I don't know if you guys can see, the plug-in for my mic covers the little screen that I have like on the camera where like I can see myself. So I can't like see myself anymore because the USB block is like right in my way. But either way, this book is gorgeous and it's giving holiday Christmassy vibes. So I definitely want to read this book. This will be book 1 of 10. So I will pick 9 prompts from the TBR basket. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay, here we go. The first one is a Kindle read. Okay, let me run downstairs. My Kindle is downstairs. Let me see what I'm going to read on my Kindle for December. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do. Oh, I know what I'm gonna read. I know what I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read Black Wicket. I'm out of breath from coming up the stairs. Okay, so Black Wicket is a dark fantasy romance. I believe this is a newer release as well. I think it was published maybe in September or October. It says, from award-winning author Bay, or maybe it's B, yeah, because it's EA. B. Northwick comes a haunting new tale of fractured magic, monstrous love, and family legacies steeped in blood. Home is where the curses are. Ugh! How exciting. Okay, let's pick book number 3. Sometimes they like stick together. Ooh, a book with a crown on the cover. Okay. Okay. I feel like that could be a limitless option. Let me go look. Okay, maybe this is cheating. I don't think that it is, but instead of a picture of a crown, it has the word crown, and it is a crown so silver by Lyra Selene, and this is book 2 to A Feather So Black. I read A Feather So Black either earlier this year or late last year. I don't remember, but relatively recently, I guess. And I loved that book. I actually read that book on my Kindle and I loved it so much I bought the physical copy because I was like, oof, I have to have this book. I need it as a trophy. So I'm really excited to read this second installment. I do not know if this is a duology or if we're going to get more out of this series. The I guess volumes of the book are on the side, so that leads me to believe we're not going to stop at 2, but I don't know. And the name of this series is The Fair Folk, so if you're interested, I definitely recommend reading A Feather So Black. It was a beautiful book, and I'm excited to read the second one. Right, let's see what book number 4 is going to be. A current release. Okay, I think I have a few of those. I just need to make sure that it's not like a different, like a book number 3 or something that I haven't read the first one to, because I do that. Okay, I'm going to read the Deathless one. This did come out within the past couple of months. I'm not sure when exactly, but this is a 2025 release. Okay, it looks like it came out in August. So that's current, right? Just a few months ago. This is going to be it. It says, Jasmine was raised to be a leader of her people, but when the land is overrun by an incurable plague, she must enter a political marriage to save them all. A union meant to raise hope brings only death as her new husband murders her at the wedding altar and seizes her throne. Wow. Jasmine's spirit is met by the Deathless One, the god of death, yearning to return to the mortal plane, and he needs her help. The two of them make a deal, her life and the return of her kingdom in exchange for his resurrection. But this god is a known trickster, and bargains with him are sealed in blood. Jasmine knows the Deathless One is a dangerous ally, but the longer they work together, the more she is drawn to him. As their connections deepen, she begins to wonder if the more appealing throne is the one by his side. But will she turn her back on her people to get it? Ooh. Says, for fans of enemies to lovers, shadow daddies, feminine rage, this book is a must read. So we're gonna read it. All right, we're halfway there. It's book number 5. Let's try to get one from the bottom. Question or title that ends in a question mark? That's like really specific. Do I have a book somewhere that I'm like itching to read that the title ends in a question mark? Okay, I'm gonna have to go downstairs too. I'm gonna have to go walk around a bit and see what book made me write this prompt. It's so strange because most books, I would say like 99.9% of the books that I own don't even have punctuation. Like, what a weird prompt. Okay. Quite literally the only book I could find that has a question mark is How Does It Feel? It's book 1 in the Infatuated Fae series. I am going to select this book for this prompt, but I'm going to be transparent with you guys. I am going to throw this prompt away because these 3 books, and if I continue on with the series, I'm sure the 4th book is also posed as a question. They're the only books that I have, not just with a question mark, but with punctuation in the title in general. So I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was trying to fill the basket. I don't know. But This is the only book that has a question mark other than its companion books. So I have to read the first one first, obviously. So I guess I will be reading How Does It Feel by Jeneane O'Reilly, which again is book 1 in The Infatuated Fae. All right. See if we get something a little bit better this time. That is so funny. Okay, it says read a spiritual book. I have the perfect book for December for that. I have to be transparent. I have read this book before. It's so cute and adorable. It's Llewellyn's Sabbat Essentials Yule. It's just like a little book. It's teeny tiny and it has like recipes and little like crafts that you can do, like homemade Christmas or Yule time crafts that you can do, like homemade ornaments. It just says rituals, recipes, and lore for the winter solstice. I have one for all of the Sabbats. I think that these books are so cute and I'm really excited to go through this book again. So reading things like this definitely puts me in like the mindset of it being winter. So I'm excited to read this one. It's super cute. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do for book number 7. Hopefully it's a good one. Ooh, book under 200 pages. I have the perfect Christmassy book for this. I was hoping I would pull this prompt. It was meant to be. Stars aligned. How funny. Love that. Sometimes things just work out in your favor. I bought this book last year and I never got to it, and it was all the rave on YouTube, and it is The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson. This book is tiny. How many pages? Watch it not be under 200 pages. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, it's only 93 pages. I mean, it is the tiniest little thing. And look how beautiful this cover is. So I'm really, really excited. Oh, that is so funny because I wanted to pick this book up, and I had it over here on this little side table that I have, because I was like, even if I don't pick up to read a novella or read a small book, I'm probably just gonna read it because it's like the tiniest little thing. But how fortunate that it worked out that it's gonna be on my TBR anyways. Let's see, book number 8. Oh, I'm just really feeling elated that that worked out. Oh, there's like a bunch of them. Let's see. Read a book about Fae. Well, that will be easy to choose. Okay, I found a book in my stack that I actually have been wanting to read for a while. I was recommended this book via YouTube from Elliot Brooks. I will have her channel linked below. I really enjoy her content, and she doesn't really read like fantasy romance. It's mostly just like fantasy, and so I really like to get recommendations from her because it kind of like mixes up what I'm reading, but it still falls in like that fantastical realm, which I really enjoy. And in one of her videos throughout 2025, she recommended An Enchantment of Ravens. It's not a super huge book. I've heard it be compared to like Sarah J. Maas, like kind of like those kind of vibes. So I think that this is a perfect book to pick up because it has been sitting in my, like, I'm gonna get to this eventually stack for some time. So I think to close out 2025 with a book that was recommended to me within this year is very fitting. Okay, we are down to the last 2 picks, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we got. Read a mystery / thriller. Ooh, okay, I don't have too many mysteries, if any mysteries, I don't think. And my idea of a thriller may be different from other people's ideas of a thriller. I don't know, but I do have a book that I feel like I would consider this into this category. It is downstairs, so let me go get it. And we'll see if you guys agree if it is thrillery or not. Okay, I was gonna choose a different book, but then when I was looking at my shelf, I saw this book and I was like, oh no, this book definitely fits the thriller vibes. And it is The Staircase in the Woods by Chuck Winding. This book also came out sometime this year, and it says a group of friends investigate the mystery of a strange staircase in the woods in this mesmerizing horror novel from the New York Times, bestselling author of the Book of Accidents. It says 5 high school friends are bonded by an oath to protect one another no matter what. Then, on a camping trip in the middle of the forest, they find something extraordinary, a mysterious staircase to nowhere. One friend walks up and never comes back. Then the staircase disappears. 20 years later, the staircase has reappeared. Now the group returns to find the lost boy and what lies beyond the staircase in the woods. I'm not really like a scary story kind of girl, but I just feel like this book sounds so entertaining. Like, it doesn't really sound, like, it sounds more like psychological thriller-y. Like, obviously I haven't read it, but it doesn't sound like there's going to be, like, gory, like, murderous type of horror where I'm going to be, like, I don't know, feeling, like, personally invaded. You know, I feel like this is going to be more like a psychological thriller where, like, you're constantly on your toes mentally, and I'm okay with that, so I'm excited. I'm excited to read it. Okay, you guys, last but certainly not least, let's see what book number 10 is going to be. Oh my god. Okay. Standalone fantasy. Ooh. Okay. 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 Let's see what we got. Oh my god. Okay, it was actually a lot harder to find a standalone fantasy than what I thought. Each time I grabbed one, I checked to make sure that we weren't going to have additions to the story, and it was either going to be a duology or a trilogy or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? But I found one that I was like, ooh, okay, this one, we're gonna go for it. And it's called The Thorns Remain by J.J.A. Harwood. The best-selling author of The Shadow in the Glass, which I don't think I've heard of. I don't know, but it's a Fey Lord, a mortal woman, and a dance with a terrible price. And this is described as a historical fantasy. It says it is 1919 in a Highland village forgotten by the world. The young people who remain after war and flu will soon head south to make something of themselves. Moira Jean and her friends venture to the forest for a last night of laughter before parting ways. She too planned to leave once, but her lover died in France, and with him her future. The friends light a fire and dance, but with every twirl about the flames, strange new dancers thread between them, music streaming from the trees. The Fae have joined the dance. Suddenly, Moira Jean finds herself all alone, her friends spirited away. For the Fae feel left behind and forgotten too. Led by the darkly handsome Lord of the Fae, they are out to make themselves known once more. Moira Jean must enter into a bargain with the Lord to save her friends, and fast. For the longer they spend with the Fae, the less like themselves they will be. If Moira Jean cannot save her friends before Beltane, they will be forever lost. Threaded with Highland charm and sparkling with romance, this fairy tale will carry you away. I love that. I wonder if they're like, I'm not familiar with what a Highland village is. That's not, I don't know, I'm not familiar with that area. It's capitalized, so I'm thinking that it's like a specific area. And since we're also celebrating Beltane, I wonder if they're in Ireland. That would be cool. I wonder if we have a character named Callum. So I wonder if we're in England or if we're Irish, because I know that Beltane is like a Celtic fire festival. I don't know, just from skimming through the pages, it doesn't say if they're in Ireland. If you are, oh, I just saw the word Canada. Oh, they're going to Canada. So they're not in Canada. They're gonna have a fresh start in Canada. Well, I see a McGregor in here. I saw another name that was a Gillicuddy. Okay, so they're for sure Irish. They've got to be Irish or Scottish. Let me know if you know where the Highlands are. Is it in Ireland? I wouldn't be surprised. That is so fun. Okay, I'm excited to read this. And look at the cover. It's absolutely gorgeous. I wonder, is there an about the author? Is she Irish? Okay, so she does mention in like the acknowledgement something about being in Glasgow. So I wonder if that's where she grew up. If so, then she's Scottish. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm fixated on that. I just the mention of Beltane in the synopsis sent like, ooh, sent reactors off in my brain. But yeah, excited. Well, that does it, you guys. That's 10 physical books, if you count Kindle being physical, which I guess not really, but either way, I have to read the words, not listen to it, so I'm actively reading. So that's my 10 books for December, 10 before the end. How exciting. I'm excited. If you guys are going to do the 10 before the end, or just have any amount of books that you guys want to get through before the end of 2025, oh my god, let me know down in the comments what you guys are reading during the month of December. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for watching. Happy reading, happy holidays, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.